Nobody's ever left Earth, even according
So,
to the
you
mainstream.
think it's just fake? You think we just can't go up there?
Yeah, basically. I think that the mainstream has taught us a whole bunch of space facts, like the sun is 92 million miles away. Like they know the exact sizes of things, they know the exact speeds, the distances. They're allegedly like space experts. They know everything about the way the lights in the sky work, based on this
I
model.
understand where you're coming from. Like, I completely do. I also think that first moon landing was faked, but I think we
Right.
have been there. I just don't think it was then.
Well, at that point, that becomes a lot more difficult to validate. At any rate,
Yeah.
for the last 53 years, nobody has done what they did in the 70s, which is go to the moon. Like, only 24 people, even according to the mainstream, 24 people have ever in human history left what they call low Earth orbit, which isn't very high up 100 miles up. So nobody has ever gone beyond that except 24 people. And all those 24 people are from the Apollo missions in the 70s, the late 60s and the early 70s. And in the last 53 years, nobody has left low Earth orbit from any country on Earth. And the only time it ever happened was during those alleged moon landings, which were fake.
I think
So-
what you're attributing to a scientific fake is just due to like geopolitics, though.
No, I think that I read Einstein's paper on relativity, and there's actually a book called 100 German Scientists Against Einstein because he was actually a fraud. Relativity doesn't make sense. He basically said all of our stars don't change over time, and it's because they're like infinity far away, and you can't prove otherwise, and you can't tell the difference whether you're moving or not moving. Nobody would be able to tell that difference, they're saying. Like Einstein's whole relativity is because Earth appears to be motionless, but the globe model wants to teach you that actually your body, even though we detect that we're not spinning at all, we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. You just wouldn't feel it. And even though we don't detect that we're moving at all, you're orbiting the sun at 66,000 miles an hour, but you just wouldn't. Like, they want you to think that that's proven science that you have to believe because Einstein and everybody believes it. All the scientists believe it. But it's just totally made up based on nothing. They want you to trust the scientists instead of your own body and your own eyes. Because when you trust your own eyes, we have a star that has never moved ever for all of history, by the way. Polaris, our North Star, it's a star that doesn't ever move and has never moved ever. So that's a good sign to maybe suggest that it's not moving, we're not moving, I don't know. And guess what? All the other stars
Yeah, but no, why is
are spinning around
everything
it.
else moving? Why is everything
what?
else moving?
The other constellations have never changed ever. So thousands of years ago, our ancestors mapped out the night sky. The sky is spinning over your head. The same stars spin over your head every night.
That's just because the speed of light is nowhere close to the actual.
Again, man, that's all just shit. What is the speed of light? You ever measured the speed of light for yourself, man? Like,
I mean,
this
yeah,
whole
you can
idea
see
that light is traveling. Yeah, you can see light. That doesn't mean anything about it's flying through infinite space at whatever. It's just lights in the sky, man. Nobody knows the distances. Nobody knows the sizes. Nobody knows anything about light years away or anything like that. All of that stuff is just completely made up. Like, we're on Earth. We're on Earth. We're just human beings on Earth. These guys haven't left Earth either. So even the top scientists, what can they do? Look in a telescope? You look through a fucking tube, and you're telling me that they can now see shit 12 billion years ago. This is what happened. I proved it using my tube. Like, it doesn't work that way. Nobody knows what happened 12 billion years ago. They say that the Big Bang was 12 billion years ago. How the fuck do you think anybody, any scientist, I could be a scientist. It's me in a lab coat, guys, with fucking glasses. I'm a scientist now. Like, it's just a human being that hasn't left Earth and hasn't gone to the past and doesn't fucking know anything, the same way we don't know anything. Like, but we gotta believe him because it's a scientist. Because that's what we're told to do. In school, that's what we learn. We learn to trust science, respect science. They teach us science is the way you learn the
You don't
truth.
just blindly trust. I mean, you
Well,
learn along
I
the
would
way
say
and just
that-
by yourself.
Have you ever seen Earth appearing to be a ball under you or curving with your own eyes, though?
I mean, you can see the curvature.
Where?
If you've ever been like out in the ocean and you look out, you see the curvature.
You think you see the curvature of the Earth from the
I'm
ocean
not
surface?
saying I'm not saying you see a.
How come you don't see it from a plane, but you see it from the ocean surface? That doesn't make any sense. You don't see the curvature of Earth actually even 5 times higher than a plane flies. If you got an amateur balloon and you attached a camera to it and you saw how high it flies, I'll show you 6 hours of footage of different ones. They go up about 150,000 feet, okay? So a cruising altitude of a plane, we're talking 35,000, 40,000 feet. We're talking 4 or 5 times higher than a plane flies. And Earth still doesn't appear to be a ball that is curving under you. The horizon is still flat and level. It's literally called the horizon, by the way, when you're at the ocean or at the beach or anything, because it's a horizontal line. Like, Earth never appears to be curving. So when you bring up it's not blind faith, you don't ever detect Earth moving, but you believe it's moving. You don't ever see Earth curving, yet you believe it's curving. What else is that other than blind faith, if you ask me? Like, or there's a perfectly alternate model that suggests Earth is motionless and the center of the universe, because we are. Our stars aren't changing over time. That's the fact, though. Our stars aren't changing over time. I would expect, given the mainstream model and what they teach, they say that Earth is flying through space at 500,000 miles an hour. Or rather, they say the sun is flying through space at 500,000 miles an hour and carrying the whole solar system with it while we orbit around it and whatever. Long story short, if you do the math on 500,000 miles an hour, that's every hour, every day, forever, right? So it's like, do the math on that. What's 500,000 miles an hour times like 200 years? We're talking trillions of miles. So if we, over hundreds of years, are trillions of miles in a different place, I would expect our stars to be a little bit different. But for thousands of years, our constellations haven't changed. So I don't know,
but
man.
we're going around the same orbit.
That's what they say. All the stars are moving at the same time, but that's like total bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
man,
from this Big Bang,
I can go.
no central point.
I can say fucking weird shit is fake as well, but it doesn't mean that
I'm
it's
not saying-
fake.
I'm saying nobody has ever left Earth, so why would you trust the opinion of someone who hasn't been there? If I say you can come over to my house, but you can't explore the basement or the upstairs, you can't start telling me facts about upstairs, because if you haven't been there, like, nobody has been to space. Nobody has left Earth in the last 50 years. Even Elon Musk's rockets are blowing up on the launch pad. How do you explain that? Why do we suck so much at space travel now, but we were so good in the 70s? Even Elon Musk, that dude is worth a fucking quadrillion dollars.
For sure, in the 70s, we did not go to space.
Right. So, but they've been lying about it for 60 years. They haven't come on the TV to say we're liars. We should defraud us. They still are pulling off that whole LARP, man. So how have they been able to keep this lie in place for 50 years when you and I can plainly see that shit was fake? Why do they still pretend like it's real? Like, they are defrauding us. Why did they lie in the first place? There's all sorts of these little fake mini conspiracies of like, well, they saw something so scary on the moon, they had to fake, like,
Yeah,
shit's
no,
all fake.
I get it. Jet, what do you think?
She thinks it's called trauma-based mind control, and it's the tool they've been using against us since we were kids. It's the tool that the news uses, basically, and all of the space news, if you will really evaluate it, all of the space news is trauma-based mind control, because it's all stuff meant to scare you. All of the news about space is, the sun is going to go fucking supernova. There's going to be a black hole that deletes everything. The aliens are going to invade us. Meteors are going to invade us. Asteroids and whatever. All this shit. It's meant to scare you. Alien invasion. Like, that's the big one that they're pushing. But it's all fake. It's just that when you're scared, you're more okay with, oh shit, we need someone to defend us or whatever. Give us info. Anyways, take care.
You take some.